To the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Dr. Todd here again today. I got Lily with me. I'm on this side today because we're just going to have a little conversation about Concussion Pros. I know we spend a lot of time talking about all kinds of things on the podcast, but Concussion Pros is truly who we are. We treat a lot of concussion injuries. We have a program is called Concussion Pros. And we're super excited about it. We get great results with people. We feel like it's an area of healthcare it's underserved, and so we feel like we're filling in a space that really deserves to have amazing concussion care. And we're going to talk about some of that today.
Yes, we are. Yes, so I thought it'd be fun to ask Dr. Todd a couple questions of bringing it back to the basics. I think we might have a concussion. What do you think? Like, what's the first thing that I should do?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah, that's one of the questions. Let's do it.
I was at lunch Melanie and I were dinner with some friends the other night, and their son plays lacrosse, and he got knocked in a game, and he was having some symptoms. And I've known these people for 29 years, and what's interesting about that conversation was, their son, this happened at practice, they weren't there. And the son brought it to their attention. Dad was like, he's probably fine.
Yeah.
We'll just watch him and, get him back playing. I mean, probably not that, he was more concerned than I just laid it out, but he was less concerned than Mom. Mom was like, he threw up, he's having these symptoms. So first thing Mom does is take him down to the urgent care, which is it's a great idea. But the information they got back from the urgent care was, just watch him over the next few days and see how he does. No return to play recommendations, no follow-up, those types of things. And so what I would tell people is we created a QR code, and it's a phenomenal tool for coaches to have, moms to have, trainers to have, anybody to have, really. And maybe we could share the QR code at the end.
We'll pop it on the screen.
Here's
right
QR code.
Yes.
But it's something Dr. Mike Sterling created. He works here in this Pleasant Grove office. Phenomenal idea where you can scan a QR code, and we call it a concussion self-assessment survey. It's a non-diagnostic survey, but it ask specific questions as you do the survey about symptoms, about what someone's experiencing, and it's a great tool to have if you suspect someone you love has had a concussion. We see a person that works for us just over the weekend. She slipped and fell on a wet floor, hit the back of her head in her home, and she's having tremendous concussion symptoms. As a matter of fact, she's not even working today because she just doesn't feel well. So, we fill out this concussion assessment survey. She sees one of our practitioners, and now she's already under care. We're taking a look at her. We're doing some things to assist her. But there's this giant space where a person gets concussion, and thank goodness this person I'm talking about that works for us, she works for us, the Concussion Pros, right? But there's so many questions. We'll go to football camps. We'll go talk to other healthcare providers, and they're like, "Well, this injury is kind of it's kind of written off, so to speak. I mean, you get more attention if you've had a sprained ankle than you do if you've had a concussion. So it's an interesting phenomena where it's the unseen, but the person has having significant symptoms, everything, nausea, dizziness, sleeplessness, neck pain, anxiety sets in, like, well, what is wrong with my brain? But most of the world doesn't see this. It's kind of an invisible injury. And, it's something we're super passionate about. And I think the concussion survey is a great first step.
Yes.
The QR code.
So when people do the survey, are we going to get back to them or what? Okay.
Yes. So once you submit the survey, we get an email response. We will get in touch with you. We'll do what we can to assist you over the phone, potentially where you'd have a follow-up visit with one of our practitioners. But it's the survey will give you a peace of mind saying, yeah, it's a possibility that I have a concussion, or my current symptoms don't really match up. Let's kind of wait and see. kind of a thing.
I think you kind of answered my next question, which is I feel like people always say, oh, I feel off with the symptoms. But what are some symptoms that people overlook with concussions?
It's sort of the later symptoms, I would say, because initially sometimes they will have nausea and vomiting. They'll have dizziness. They'll feel like disconnected from their reality. I tell people all the time, if the patient looks like they have the 1,000-yard stare, there's a likelihood they're concussed. But generally speaking, a lot of those symptoms will resolve. Sometimes they don't. That's where we can get involved. But what happens over time is those initial symptoms start to fade a little bit, but other ones may begin to pop up that may not be they may not be correlated to that initial concussion. Okay, so like anxiety, depression, those heavier things where now maybe 6 months has gone by or 8 months. But now there's this subtle change on how, because the brain and the nervous system is still in this hypersensitive state. We call it sympathetic overload. It's an inflammatory process where it's never learned to drop back into the parasympathetic where it's in rhythm again. It's almost as if the brain gets out of rhythm for a period of time and stays somewhat out of rhythm. But if we can address some of the symptoms early, like vestibular, really what that means is balance. Ocular motor, what that means is eye movement, eye tracking, those types of things. Speech cognition, those will come back oftentimes they will come back as we balance the vestibular or the balance or the ocular motor. Or there's 7 cranial nerves. We have all these beautiful cranial nerves. There's 12 of them on our brain stems, and cranial nerves 2 through 7 assist us with vision. That's how important vision is to our life experience. And so, if we can address those the out of rhythmness, so to speak, the discord in the nervous system by some of the things we do that our practitioners do with patients. Oftentimes people will not drop into those later symptoms, the stuff that's really kind of subtle underneath, the sleeplessness, the depression, the anxiety, those types of things that set in later.
Yeah, that's so good. I was just thinking, I know that you and Dr. Hammond always say like every concussion is different, so we don't have like a cookie cutter approach to it. But if you do think that you have a concussion, what are some exercises that people can maybe do at home?
I would suggest before they start doing exercises to see one of our practitioners, because then it can be guided.
Okay, that's good.
I hesitate a little bit to start throwing out exercises because like you just said, you've seen one concussion, you've seen one concussion.
Yeah.
We say that a lot because everybody's experience is unique. And so the survey is just a stepping stone that says, hey, this is a possibility. The next step would be make an appointment with our practitioners. And, we will do guided exercise because with a concussion, you have to be monitored because we'll give someone exercises and their symptoms come back. It's almost as if we amongst ourselves, we say we take a patient just to the edge of symptoms with exercise and then back them off. And the next time we take them a little bit closer and we back them off. It's almost as if we're stretching the nervous system a little bit.
Yeah.
The vestibular system, the ocular motor system, we stretch it just a little bit to the edge, back off. There's something called exercise intolerance that happens with some people that have concussion. We see this with athletes frequently. We've seen this with actually anybody that exercises where they've had a concussion, where we run a test called the Buffalo treadmill test, and we check their heart rate variability and as well as heart rate monitor. And sometimes when a patient, we had this happen several times where someone be in an exercise class, symptoms come back because their heart rate hits a certain level and then all their symptoms come back. So I hesitate on saying, hey, go do these exercises without being under a supervised care provider, because you can really. And so what happens then is if you have a symptoms, the fear response happens and says, well, I can't do that ever again. Well, until I feel better. Well, the reality is, well, maybe we push it to the edge a little bit and back off. Push it to the edge a little bit and back off. And this retrains that neuroplasticity, allows the nervous system to begin to feel safe again, reduces the inflammatory processes, and gets restoring that rhythm that's to the nervous system. And that's a lot of the things that the practitioners do here is assist with that. And it's dressing those fundamental processes of the brain, like balance, like vision. And then we start to see a return to functionality of the higher systems like speech and cognition. The anxiety goes down. The brain stops using so much energy, and it just starts to calm. Your sleep patterns improve, circadian rhythm patterns improve. So, there's a process, but everybody's process is unique.
Yeah, it's like hitting that pressure point just a little bit until you can grow and grow.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay.
Exactly.
What mistakes slows down recovery the most?
Boy. Well, second impact syndrome. Getting hit again.
Yeah.
Or third or fourth or what mistakes? That's a great question. Well, it's sort of a inherent problem that we see a lot where, especially with athletes, they want to return to play quickly. The coaches want them to play. The parents want them to play. They want to play. Their teammates want them to play, right? They're up against this thing. And concussion it's been called the invisible injury. And so whether it's a mistake or not, in the mistake is where the learning happens.
Yeah.
So, we do not want athletes returning to play. We do not want people that have been in a car accident to slip and fall on the ice, right? So now we're up against primary impact, secondary impact, tertiary impact. Those can compound. So that's some of the things we see is this, repeated injury too close to the other one. It's and this may be not a great analogy, but if you've ever sprained an ankle, there's a likelihood you're going to sprain that ankle again if there's not been work or stability done to it. The concussions are very similar. The second concussion comes easier than the first.
Wow.
And the third comes easier than the second. We've had people where they simply bump their head on the edge of a cupboard. Concussion symptoms come back. Mistakes is a strange, interesting word to me because, some people may be completely fine. They may go back and play and get hit again and not have any symptoms come back. It's really person dependent.
Yeah.
And so what we tell a lot of folks is listen to your nervous system and do not discount your experience. Just because someone or even a provider can't see it, what's your internal information that's happening? How is your sleep? Have you taken a look at that? How is your anxiety? How is your depression? How is your balance? What have you experienced? And then just sort of do this, be open with yourself and then with your practitioner. And then let's figure out a way to do this together. The biggest mistake, I would say, is ignoring symptoms.
Yeah.
Ignoring it, avoiding it, not wanting to talk about it. But what we find is with the concussed individual, they're massive avoiders. They want their just life to get back to normal.
Yeah.
And they have this large fear response about, and it's a little bit of paranoia, truly. Paranoia can set in, and that's a symptom of a concussed brain. So it's kind of like this little ebb and flow of, okay, how can we assist this person, and are they open for us to do some work with them?
Yeah. I think too, and like I can speak for myself, when I had a concussion, I was like, oh, it felt like more of an inconvenience.
Yeah.
But it's just like I thanked myself more because I checked what symptoms I had and we went through the process. I think that was like 6 years ago.
Were you playing?
I was in a car accident.
Oh,
the car accident.
I didn't know that. Did I know that?
I did. 6 years ago.
you treated it at our office. Yeah, duh. Okay.
You see many people. Yeah. But
Lily's been doing this for how long here again?
over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course we should probably edit that part out.
It's okay. But yeah, I remember I was just like, it was so new to me. And I feel like our program is really new to everyone, you know? So you will thank yourself if you come and get checked and make sure like your symptoms are cured or.
Yeah. I mean, say for example, you if you injure a shoulder, for just as an example, like you play volleyball, right?
Yeah.
Or have played volleyball. So you injure a shoulder playing volleyball, or you injure your shoulder in your car accident.
Yeah.
Well, that's obvious. You're in a sling. You may have to see an orthopedic surgeon. They may have to do a repair on a rotator cuff or a labrum. Oh, that's visual. Oh, yeah, she's in a sling and she's hurt her shoulder, and I can't play volleyball yet till I get this better.
Yeah.
A brain injury is different. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I think I feel okay.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean?
Yeah. Like, we try to gauge it when we can't gauge it because it's invisible. Like,
it's kind of invisible.
Yeah.
And it's those subtle things. It's like, how am I feeling? And then really tuning in. So this is what the Concussed book is about.
Yes.
So it's coming out. It's actually at Amazon Publishing right now. And it's a book called Concussed, and it addresses some of these things about this invisible injury that's so prevalent in our culture. Because one of the constants that we've experienced since we've been on the planet is gravity, falling and hitting our head on something. And so, but if we fall and we fracture our leg, or we fracture an ankle, or we hurt a shoulder, well, that's there's something going on over there.
Yeah.
Right? The brain's a different thing. And so the Concussed book, it's called Concussed, and it addresses this idea of this invisible injury and how to begin to see it. And then once it's seen, learn from it, and always be in an area of learning about how to rehabilitate it, build in neuroplasticity, lifelong changes on how to optimize my brain function. There's we exercise our bodies all the time. But wouldn't it be beautiful if we exercised our brains in a way that if we do have a concussive event, that the injury is not so extreme because we have strong neuroplasticity already. We practice balance. We practice ocular motor training, memory, those types of things. So when it's like, if you have a strong core, for example, it's potentially, if you're ever in an injury situation, can prevent you from having low back pain, back injury. Same thing. In my mindset is, let's create healthy brains, metabolically, physiologically, even mechanically, because gravity is a constant.
Yeah.
Life's, and when injury comes knocking, we can recover from it.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And it's funny because I was just, as you were saying that, I feel like we can overstimulate ourselves too, like be on our phone all the time and multitask. And I feel like these exercises kind of help us like calm and
100%. There's this amazing innate thing we have, and it's called the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic means autonomic. It happens by itself. It's happening behind the scenes. There's two sides of it. And autonomic nervous system controls respiration, controls heartbeat, controls metabolism, controls our endocrine system. It's all in, but there's two sides of it. There's the parasympathetic side, and then the sympathetic side. And the sympathetic side is that anxiety, stress. Okay, I'm multitasking. I'm running the kids over here, then I got to be over work here, and then I got to have dinner ready over here, and then my husband's, I don't know where he's at, and whatever, or she's at, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And then we live in a space of what I call sympathetic overload.
Yeah.
But the natural order of things is to live life parasympathetically, which is hey, let's go to nature. Let's go for a walk. Let's hold hands. Let's have a nice conversation. Let's eat a beautiful meal. Let's be together. Whatever, that space of parasympathetic.
Yeah, and it's hard to be in that when you have a concussion.
Oh, it's an overexcitatory state. It's actually hard to be in parasympathetic living in our culture.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what if we practice living in parasympathetic? You know, slowing down, you know, and allow. The other thing that happens with our systems is we stimulate like crazy. We caffeinate, we alcoholinate.
Yeah.
We do all these. We Red Bull Monsterate, right? And we create this hypersensitive overload space where it's always zinging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be zinging, right? Instead of like, And then, you know, it's like people take something to go to sleep. They take something to wake up.
Yeah.
Well, what if we just got back into rhythm? And if we're in rhythm and an injury comes knocking, you know, I feel like our recoveries would be, our brains would be healthy, our nervous systems would be healthier.
Yeah.
We would live more life in that parasympathetic space.
Yeah. Well, it's just becoming conscious, like to a concussion, like when we live in that. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's great. Okay. So I think like one last question is like finance, like, do we take insurance? I think that's a big question.
Great question. It's, I like to say, we do take insurances. We take, if you've been in a motor vehicle accident or a work injury accident, you know, there's coverage there. When it comes to commercial insurance, those types of things, we've elected not to be providers in most of those for varying reasons. But we will always figure out a way. We have great cash plans. We have those types of things. If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, of course, we treat those. The insurance covers that. We also have created, and it's in the process, so we have a new foundation. It's called the Concussion Recovery Foundation. And one of the primary objectives of the foundation is to provide financial ability, no matter if it's with the ConcussionPros or any other facility, wherever it might be, where people may have some financial resources to go get brain injury care. You know, there's a lot of coverage out there that won't cover this type of care, like the Medicaids and the Medicares. It has to go through an entire different system. The commercial insurance space, those are very difficult. They call this sort of the invisible injury. So we have to prove or show with some of these insurances, like, no, this is what's going on. And then to get them to pay for the care, that's a whole nother Mount Everest. So we've elected to figure out a way where we can provide a person, if they have health insurance, we'll provide you with what we call a super bill. You can submit that to your insurance company. The other roadblock with commercial insurances is these high deductible plans and all of this different things that people deal with. So which is one of the things we're super excited about with the Concussion Recovery Foundation. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. We have a research arm, we have a patient treatment arm, we have a community outreach arm and information sharing, and we're always looking for people that want to donate to that. Also partners in research, in community outreach, in people that are passionate about brain injury, how to optimize patients' recovery, and to just explore. The exciting part for me is the exploration of possibilities when it comes to healing brains through neuroplasticity, through cognition, through speech, through different types of interactions. There's all kinds of things that are research and ideas coming, and the Recovery Foundation wants to be part of that.
Absolutely. If someone's trying to find that, where can we go? Where can they go?
Website, concussionrecoveryfoundation.org. We also have some information here in the office. We'll post some links and different things, but we're working hard at that, and we're excited for what that creates.
Yes, yeah. And when is Concussed, the book, going to be out?
Well, that's a great question. It's actually done. We've had some simple little edits we've had to do with specifically the cover of the book, which is we're publishing it through Amazon, and Amazon's great, but when it comes to how you specifically have to have the book cover, it's taken like 2 weeks longer than I thought. So it's coming out. It's called Concussed. We're gonna have an ebook as well. And we'll have it here hopefully soon. We'll show it to you. We'll have some here at the office. We feel like it's a great resource. It's literally written for and behalf of. It's for the concussed patient. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily for practitioners, although practitioners could read it and experience. But it's for the concussed patient. It's the concussed individual, and the intention is to shed some light on their experience. That hey, what they're experiencing is real. What they're experiencing deserves to be listened to, and also acknowledged. And in the process of doing so, which I find in the acknowledgement is we talked about what the first steps in healing is the acknowledgement that this person that you've experienced an injury, and even in the acknowledgement that say I believe you, I see. It calms the nervous system, because folks, they're walking around out there and they're like, well, you should be fine. You look fine.
Yeah.
Well, internally there's this overactive state, and then it just in the very acknowledging of, hey, we've seen this type of thing before. Your concussion is unique to you, and we believe you, and we're here to assist you. In that moment, you see a parasympathetic shift. It's like, oh, okay, there's some possibilities here, right? So it's kind of like, it's all about that, and it sort of documents my own experience that I had with traumatic brain injury and some of the things I went through, and it's a labor of love. It's completely the practitioners that we work with who have created ConcussionPros. It's in honor of them, and also in honor of the concussed patient, where a lot of these injuries go unnoticed, unrecognized, and unseen.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking if someone wanted to come in, we have 3 locations.
Yes.
And do you want to say?
Yeah, we're in the Pleasant Grove office right now.
Yes.
We have one in Murray up off 53rd, and we have one up in North Layton as well. So yeah, we kind of cover the Wasatch Front now. Our intention is to put ConcussionPros in different states and different things as well, but lots to do.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And if you guys want to follow our socials, at ConcussionPros AIHI, we'll have the book on there. We'll have the foundation. So if you guys want to look more into that, that's where you can find us. And yeah. It was good.
Thanks, Lil.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun being on here.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, we really appreciate you tuning in. We look forward to all the things we're doing. We're also always looking for podcast guests. Love to have you on. We love to hear people's experiences, what they've learned, and we just go where we go on the podcast. So, and thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Have a good one.